Greetings to you all. My name is Reverend Dr. Luke Chigwanda. I'm the General Secretary of the Anglican Council of Zimbabwe. I'm here to give a very brief report about the Safe Church Conference that took place in the Diocese of Matabeleland. This was an international conference organized by the Anglican Communion in Zimbabwe, and Diocese of Matabeleland in particular was selected as the host for this conference. At this conference, which took place from the 5th up to the 10th of September 2024, we had delegates from across the Anglican Communion that included the hosting bishop, Bishop Clopas Lunga, the Archbishop of the Church of the Province of Central Africa, Archbishop Albert Chama, the Anglican Communion Deputy General Secretary, Dr. Joe Bailey Wells, the advisor to the Archbishop of Canterbury on Anglican Affairs, Canon Wanaina, the Safe Church Commission members and facilitators chaired by Mr. Garth Black. We had bishops coming from across the globe. We had clergy, we had the laity, and we also had legal representatives coming from the different parts of our diocese. The main objective of this Safe Church Conference was for the Anglican Communion Safe Church Commission to empower and equip Anglican church leaders on how to make our Anglican church safe places. During this conference, a lot of topics were covered. I will mention some of these topics. We had a session on developing a shared understanding of safe church and abuse. There was also a session on caring for all who are impacted by abuse in the church. There was a session again on power, vulnerability, and abuse. Implementing systems to prevent abuse was another section that was covered, and this included things like safeguarding policies, code of conduct, and awareness raising as subtopics. Implementing systems to prevent abuse, and in this section, things like background checking were covered. That is background checking for all those people who work in the church, whether they are clergy or they are laity, working with young people or working with anyone in the church. They need to have some background checks. During the workshop, there were many Bible studies and theological reflections where people would break into groups and look at different case studies and discuss and come up with their comments. There was a section again on challenges in pastoral care. Things that were covered under this section included forgiveness, accountability, justice, reconciliation in the context of abuse. Again, we looked at implementing systems to respond effectively when abuse is reported. That is the need to take immediate action whenever an abuse is reported, and also looking at issues to do with investigations and disciplinary processes. Further, implementing systems to respond effectively was another section that was looked at. And under this section, things like reporting process and barriers to reporting were looked at. And also issues to do with referring or referrals that may need to be made. If the matter cannot be dealt with at church level, it may need to be referred sometimes to the police or other stakeholders. Towards the end of the conference, there was a time when the bishops had to discuss on their own, bishops' wives and clergy, and also people broke into groups according to their provinces and according to their dioceses to come up with strategies and mapping the way forward. so that after the conference, all the things that had been learned could be implemented. So in summary, these are some of the things that were covered during this conference. And there are resources that can be accessed or that can be used, which are available online. And these include the Safe Church, How to Start Guide, Safe Church, Preventing Abuse and Harm, Safe Church, Responding Well when Abuse is Disclosed or Reported. These are resources that are also available. At the end of this conference, in support of the Anglican Communion Forest Initiative, a few selected delegates planted trees. This was a reminder and a motivation for all Anglicans across the world to safeguard creation. In conclusion, let us prevent all forms of abuse in all our Anglican churches and institutions. May God bless you.
Abuse is a reality, abuse is a reality, all over the world. Abuse is a reality, 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 all over the world. Abuse is a reality, abuse is a reality, abuse is a reality, abuse is a reality. 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 We say you and I are to give. You and I are to protect. You and I are to lead. Safeguarding is safeguarding. Are you safeguarding?